Hi there, this is Aubrey Chauke. I'm a tutor for accounting, business studies, EMS, as well as research. If you're watching this, you're definitely at the right place. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your bottom right. And once you're done with that, you can definitely make sure that you leave your comments on the comment section. And once you're done with that, you can definitely make sure that you also tell your friends to watch this video, to like this video, and to also subscribe to this channel. And this will help us to be able to grow as an online learning community. If you're in Hammarskraal, I'm pleased to let you know that YEDUCATIONSA is hosting some contact lessons that are taking place at Tusanang Daycare Center next to Mabuatlo Primary School. And all you have to do to become part of us is to pay a once-off fee of 100 Rand. And from there, you'll be expected to pay 250 per subject per month. So if you want to become part of us, on your first month you're going to be paying 100 Rand of registration plus 500 of the 2 subjects that you would have chosen. If you want to join us, you can get in touch with us by using the contact details that will appear right on the screen. If you want me to become your online tutor, I'm pleased to let you know that ACHAUKETUTORIALS is hosting some online lessons that are taking place on a daily basis. And all you have to do to become part of us is to choose a subscription that is suitable for you, pay it, and then request your lesson. Once you are done with that, we will be able to give you the lesson of your choice. On online lessons, we only have 3 packages that are available, and you can choose any of the packages that I'm going to mention. Package number 1 is only R350 per month, and you'll be getting 2 online lessons that are recorded as they occur. So you pay R350 per month, you get 2 online lessons per week, which are recorded as they occur. Package number 2 is only 250 per month, and you'll be getting 1 online lesson that is recorded as it occurs, plus 1 pre-recorded lesson per week. Package number 3 is only 150, and you'll be getting 1 online lesson that is recorded as it occurs per week. If you feel like online lessons are expensive for you, I'm pleased to let you know that we also have got contact lessons that are also taking place on a weekly basis. And if any of these options that I'm going to mention are suitable for you, please choose it, pay it, and get in touch with us so that we can be able to make your academic problems a thing of the past. On package number 1, it's only 450, and you get 2 contact lessons per week. Package number 2 is only 350 per month, and you get 1 contact lesson per week. In the previous episode, we spoke about the top 5 mistakes that most students do a night before the exam. And in this week's episode, we are going to be looking at the top 7 mistakes that most students do during the exam. I'll be providing you with solutions towards those mistakes. So please make sure that you tune into this, that you also share this with your friends so that you can be able to make a difference in their lives while you are also gaining information from this. One of the common mistakes that most students do in their exam or when they are writing their exam paper is that they do not read the instructions and additional information. Think about this in this way. Imagine being on a journey and you don't know where your destination is. That's how you are acting when you have not read the instructions and additional information. So you want to make sure that you spend time reading your instructions and additional information. Sometimes additional information and instructions can really help you. For example, in subjects like accounting, most of the time under instructions and additional information, they will indicate to you that you must round off your answers to the nearest trend. So if you have not read that, it will be difficult for you to know that you must round off to the nearest trend. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to the instructions and additional information. Mistake number 2. Most students spend a lot of time on a particular question. Once they realize that I know this question, I'm familiar with this question, they will relax on that question and forget that they also have other questions that they need to attend. please make sure that you pay attention to the recommended time per question. If you are writing accounting, you will notice that most of the time they will indicate to you how much time you are supposed to spend on that particular question. So please make sure that you avoid spending more time than what is required. One of the most common mistakes that most students do is to start with questions that are difficult or questions that are complex. I mean, you can't be starting with a difficult question. Automatically, when you start with a difficult question, you are causing yourself a lot of stress. Imagine starting with a question where you know that, like, I already don't have 70 marks in this particular question. It will be stressful for you. You won't be able to even concentrate on other questions. So you want to make sure that each and every time when you are writing your exam or your test, you start with questions that you know. You start with questions that you are comfortable with, instead of starting with questions that are difficult for you or questions that are complex. Okay. Mistake number 4. Most students rush to finish their exam as soon as they realize that their friends are done writing, which sometimes can be very dangerous. Remember, there are some students, who think like, you know what, if I don't know this thing, I'm gonna leave it. And imagine if you rush to finish, because people like that have finished. It might not be good for you. So you want to make sure that as a student, each and every time you are writing, you don't write according to the pace of your friends, but you rather write according to the pace that have been set in the exam. Spend time according to how it has been allocated in that particular exam paper. So please, every time when you write your exam, make sure that you don't pay attention to your friends. Ignore your friends as soon as possible. Focus on the exam. It's all about you and it's not about them. So at the end of the day, we are going to get our results, independently. So you want to make sure that each and every time when you write, you don't rush to finish just because your friends are done writing. Mistake number 5. Most students, as soon as they realize that they don't understand a particular question or they don't know answers to a particular question, especially on theory questions, they leave blank spaces. It's never wise for you as a student to keep on leaving blank spaces. It sends a wrong message about you. It says that you don't care. It says that you are a person who doesn't even care to try to attempt. Each and every time you don't know a particular question, especially theory, you must make sure that you apply your mind, right, according to what you think is right. It doesn't necessarily have to be word to word from the textbook. So you want to make sure that you don't leave blank spaces. Sometimes it can happen that you'll be able to collect 50% on that particular theory question, of which is better than 0. So you want to make sure that each and every time you are writing your exam, you don't leave blank spaces. Remember that blank spaces give us a particular perception about you. It tells us something about you, to say you are this type of a person who doesn't care about trying. You are this type of a person who just wants to give up easily. So you want to make sure that each and every time you are writing your exam, you don't leave blank spaces. Please, I beg you, don't leave blank spaces. Try. Write in your own words if you have to. Just make sure that you don't leave blank spaces. Mistake number 6. Most students, especially those who are doing accounting, each and every time when they have to do a particular calculation, they do not show their workings. And showing your workings is very important in subjects such as accounting and mathematics. So you want to make sure that each and every time when you are writing your exam, or when you are in that exam room and you have a particular question that requires you to do calculations, please make sure that you show your workings. Most of the marks are contained in where you are expected to show your workings. So please make sure that you show your workings as soon as you can. Do whatever it takes to make sure that you include your workings on those questions that require you to show workings, especially for people who are doing accounting, maths literacy and mathematics. Please make sure that every time when you write, you show your workings. It's very important. Mistake number 7. Most students, each and every time when they write, they forget to indicate the order in which they have attempted their questions. And this sometimes can be very dangerous, because when examiners mark, they might miss a particular question because you have not indicated how you have answered the questions that you're given. So please make sure that each and every time when you write, you indicate the order in which you have attempted your questions. If you started with question 1 up to 7, indicate the order in which you have written those questions. If you started with question 1, write question 1. If the second one is question 2, write question 2. If the third one is question 4, write question 4 until you reach the end of those questions. So please make sure that you also indicate how you have attempted your questions, as this can help you to be able to spot out maybe if you have missed some questions. Okay, and I hope that as you watch this, you'll be able to apply what I'm talking to you about, examinations. And also remember, if you have not watched our previous videos, you can watch the top 5 mistakes that most students do and add before the exam on the description below. There's a link that I've provided, and you can also watch our video on the top 10 study techniques that you can be able to use to prepare for your examination. So please make sure that you look at those description links that I've provided, click them and watch those videos and share with your friends. And also, if you want us to help you with your academic problems, please make sure that you book your lesson using the details that will appear at the end of the screen. Shalom.